Oh, yeah, that was cool. Continue.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle from Central Hall.
Revelio.
Always something happening here.
Lumos.
It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross
Revelio.
station, so to speak. That should be all for now. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for...
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seemed...
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit.
Well, perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in...
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map? Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies.
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little receptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, we don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it.
Wait a minute. Leviosa. I'm guessing fighting.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent.
Levioso!
Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Levioso!
Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso!
Good form.
I know. Lucky. Nothing lucky about it. Protego!
Take
Levioso!
complicates things.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely. So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day.
Levioso!
Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Till next time. Leviosa! Leviosa!
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
I want him to get back to the lesson.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Very good. Now, think of this like godstones, if you... Splendid! Not to worry. That's it! Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this. There we go.
Excellent.
Well done.
Here we go.
That is how it's done.
A perfect score. Remarkable. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this.
Very good. Stay focused.
Here we go.
That is how it's done. Quite impressive.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here.
That's good to hear.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly...
You can cast...
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me? Well, and now...
What's charm?
Lumos.
Yeah.
How was your first day coming along?
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Okay.
I trust your first classes went well?
They did,
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, now, we've arranged to replace the supply.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow?
I'd like to go with Natty.
Heck, she'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route. A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Oh, goodness, you need to practice a bit more, I think.
Levioso! Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peer. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for...
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from a fight.
Brilliant.
Leviosa! I trust the preliminary task.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Reparo.
That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Lumos. Accio. Leviosa. Reparo. Lumos. Leviosa. Accio. Reparo. Reparo.
There's something in there. I just know it.
Leviosa.
Looking for me?
Accio. Reparo. Natty.
Not at all. Professor Weasley tells me that you need to go to Hogsmeade. You must be eager to have your own things again. And to see the village.
I've been looking forward to it.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to accompany you.
Really?
Yes, I had planned to extend an invitation to you myself. I thought you might enjoy a butterbeer in the village. The timing of Professor Weasley's owl was perfect. I cannot tell you how nice it is to breathe fresh air after being cooped up in ancient ruins. Grave mistake to take it as an elective class, believe me.
I believe you.
Though I suppose you would not really call it elective when your mother was the one who elected that you take it. Hogsmeade is beautiful this time of year. Everyone will tell you to visit at Christmas. But that's one of the few times of year I would rather be indoors.
Not much for the cold, are you?
Oh, I do not mind the cold so much, but it has taken some getting used to. I did not grow up around snow. Oh, wait, over here. I often spot lacewing flies in this area.
Oh? What's so special about them?
They are interesting to look at.
Accio!
But if you stew them, you can also use them in potion making.
Reparo!
Look! From the Forbidden Forest. Hippogriffs. I wonder if something startled them. I heard rumors that hippogriffs had been spotted nearby.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named.
That's the Forbidden Forest on the left. It's off limits to students, as the name implies.
Why is it off limits?
The professors claim it is too dangerous. I think that calling it forbidden only makes it more alluring. Ah, there's Hogsmeade over the crest. Past that ruin. I would spend all of my time exploring if I could.
I confess I was surprised when Professor Weasley mentioned that you knew the area, since you're relatively new here.
She said that? She knows more about me than I had thought. I will say, while I certainly learn a great deal in class, much can be gleaned outside of the castle walls. How are you settling in? I remember the weeks that followed my arrival feeling quite strange. Everything was so new and unfamiliar.
I'm getting used to things. What about you? Do you finally feel settled?
I still miss my homeland, but it is beautiful here too. And getting out of the castle and exploring helped me to adjust quite a bit. Hogwarts has become something of a home now, I would say. Hopefully it will for you too.
Huh?
Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new fifth year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Miss Onai. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, it looked right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Jemmy guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I will be at the castle.
Accio! Lumos!
Good luck to both of you.
Reparo!
Poor Mr. Moon. A demiguise. I think he had too much fun in the village. I will say that I have never seen him in such a state. Nearly there. There is much to see outside of the castle walls, not just Hogsmeade. I am happy to explore whenever you'd like. Rumors being what they are about goblins and such, it might be nice to have a friend with you.
I'll keep that in mind, Natty. Thank you.
And here we are. It is hard to know where to start. The Three Broomsticks is the place for butterbeer. And you can get any sweet you can imagine at Honeydukes. I could not choose a favorite shop here. It changes with every visit. I can tell you that you are certain to find everything you need in Hogsmeade.
Leviosa! Accio! Lumos! Reparo!
Professor Weasley said that you need to get potion recipes.
A new one.
Enjoy yourself. I will see you soon.
blooming beard. Not again.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
Well, I am forbidden class.
A unicorn hair wand is most real. What do you think? Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind. Protego! Lumos. Levioso!
Use the potion. I think I left. Should be out potions, yeah.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh. What can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Is it magic ink?
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me.
Spellcrafts are incredible, but I shall let a potting table.
I believe so.
Good. Let's look at what we have, shall we? If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory. Let's look at what we have, shall we?
He knows. Oh. Well, that's not Hogwarts for today. Oops. 3. Peace.